What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the podcast. It's been a while. We know, but we've been busy, you know. But anywho, I'm your host, Ant. And as always, I got the boys with me. Say, what's up, Dom?
What's going on with y'all?
Dom is coming back fresh overseas, looking 10 shades darker from the sun. So, hey.
Decided to stay in DR.
and and as always, we got Junior. What's up? How you feeling, Junior?
I'm good. Good to see everybody again.
Yep, it is playoff basketball time. We're going to be talking about some playoff basketball. It is looking Okay, first of all, we got to talk a little bit about the playing games. Even though it was a week or two ago, we got to talk about how the implementation of playing games has been probably the best thing that it's been for a while. We have dogs out there fighting to get into the playoffs, and it results in really good basketball. Shout out to my Hornets. We didn't have it this year. Maybe next year. I'm hoping next year. I don't know what happened. Fell apart. Lights were a little bit too bright, but hey, if we started as good as we did and after All Star season, if we started playing like we did that full season, we probably would have had like the number 4 or 5 seed.
For
No
sure.
doubt whatsoever. No doubt whatsoever. But I like the way that the Hornets are looking, and we'll just have to see what happens. We don't really have a high draft pick, but hopefully we'll get a decent center. Ryan Kalkbrenner, you're gone, buddy. You're gone. Anywho, let's get into it. All right, so our first segment, obviously, we got to talk about the Charlotte Hornets. We're gonna touch a little bit on the playing game because that was a roller coaster ride. But I expect nothing less from being a Charlotte Hornets fan. We're gonna talk about the first playing game. That was against the Miami Heat, and I wouldn't believe I'm saying this, but Kobe White, former UNC alumni, really saved us. He made some clutch shots, some good defensive stops, but mainly that 3 pointer with like, oh my gosh, 4 seconds on the clock smothered on defense, shooting a Kobe Bryant smothered shot and completely draining it. It's so crazy. And for him to kind of be like a pickup we got before that All Star deadline, that trade deadline, I wasn't expecting much from Kobe White, but he had a really great season with the Hornets. Obviously, we beat the Miami Heat by one in overtime. Um, Me personally, I don't think it was a foul to make Tyler Hero, go to the line and tie the game up. But that's neither here nor there. That's neither here nor there. We shouldn't have been in that spot in the first place. It was an ugly turnover into an ugly inbound. It's always an inbound play that makes it ugly. But
Mm-hmm.
I tell you, anywho, we all saw the game. We were all texting each other in the group chat. How did y'all feel about that game? Even though we won by one, how did y'all feel about it? Junior, I'll start with you.
I think it was a good game. It was. I think the biggest disappointment for me was the fact that my boy, the rookie, I forget his name, Khan, he didn't show up at all. Unfortunately, but they were guarding him really closely. They knew how much of a threat he was. I mean, this man was like I think top three in 3-point shooting percentage all year. Number two,
Top two
yeah,
was
top two. Who was number one? LaMelo.
yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of, yeah, you're going to be guarded closely, and guarded closely in the regular season versus the postseason, especially postseason versus, the Miami Heat is a totally different ball game. But overall, I think the game was really, really good. I think we have a lot to work on as a Charlotte Hornets team, but I think the future is still pretty bright.
And yeah, you're absolutely right. They were smothering Khan. I think in the end he ended up having 6 points.
Yeah.
Not looking so great. Dom, how do you feel about that game?
I'll be honest with you. I'm glad we won that game, but if Bam hadn't got hurt, we wouldn't have won that game. Let's just go to be frank and honest. If he hadn't got hurt, we wouldn't have made it that far. But shout out Kobe White. I, as a Duke fan, this is speaking volumes. I've liked him when he was at UNC because I mean you talking about a dog that can go out there and get you a bucket. His mid range was good. I think he was shooting like I want to say he was shooting like mid 30s, mid to high 30s, 3-point range in college, he was just a bucket getter, and that really transferred over to the NBA. I do want to see him back next year, but going on to the second playing game to where we doggone got dogged. I would love for the coaching to run some plays for Con Nipple because we know that Melo's going to go out there and get his. But if you see that Khan is being guarded tightly, you gotta run some plays for him to where he can come off a screen or come off of two screens if need be, just at least to get him a good look at the rim. Because both of those games, he really wasn't getting he really wasn't touching the ball or getting looks at the rim. So I would love for the coaching to make that adjustment next year.
Yeah, absolutely right. And that, that goes into our next game that we're going to talk about. The second, is it wasn't one play game, we had to play two. And we had to go against the Orlando Magic. Yeah, did not like how undersized the Hornets looked out there compared to the Orlando Magic. And I kept saying, like, wow, while I was looking at the game, I'm like, y'all, we look oddly undersized against the Magic. It was tough to watch. First of all, Banchero, I'm a huge Banchero fan.
16, but
He a
but he's
beast.
tough.
He a beast.
Yeah.
Banchero was getting his, Wagner was getting his, it's like I love Moose, but against Wagner, he'll work
Barbecue
Moose.
chicken.
Yeah, it was tough to watch. Obviously, we lost that game. Hornets 90, Magic 121. Watching that game made me realize that, wow, we need a big. I love Moose. Kalkbrenner, I think he would do great somewhere else. Just maybe in the G League. I don't know, brother. I feel like, and this is no shade to Kalkbrenner, but I feel like if you can't get on the floor and you can't contribute, but you're also not hurting the team, that makes me think that you're a cone, just a cone on the floor, just there. And it's tough to watch, honestly. And I mean, also Khan did not have a great game again. If anything, I think he scored less than 6 points.
He had 3 to be exact. Excuse me. No, he had 11. He had 11.
Oh, so yeah. Khan did a little bit better. Oh, yep. Khan had 11, Melo 23. As a team,
I think the most outstanding stat is the fact that at halftime, the score was 37-68. It was almost a 30-point game. It was absolutely ridiculous. And I mean, it was like you said, it was hard to watch. The scoring wasn't there. One thing that drives me nuts is I saw when I was watching the game, there were so many plays where a shot would go up and they were trying to, get the offensive rebound or just at least, make it challenging. And then somebody from the other team from Orlando had already leaked out and they threw the ball all the length of the court and it was like an easy layup. The same thing was happening during the Miami Heat game too. I don't understand why that kept happening over and over and why the coach didn't, or maybe he did say something, but why the players weren't adjusting. So it was really disappointing.
Yeah, we only had 1, 2, 3, 4 players in double digits. They had, I think their starting 5 had always in double. And I think when your starting 5 has double, you're gonna more than likely win the game. Having that 5 or more players in double digits, that's what really, really, like, kind of, I don't know, determines usually, right? But
usually,
yeah. Also, Grant Williams, you gotta go on somewhere, brother. There was some times where Grant Williams, I don't think it was in the Magic game, but in the Heat game, he was left on the corner to shoot a 3, and I'm like, that wasn't the play. I know Grant Williams was not supposed to have the ball. Tough to watch as always. Dom, what do you think about that Orlando Magic and Charlotte matchup?
To be honest with you, I mean, it was bound to happen because if you look at the Magic team, they are huge. Pause.
Big pause.
But it's just that we was undersized because you got Pollard at 6'10", Wendell Carter at 6'10" also. Desmond Bain, he's like what, 6'8", but he has size on.
He's
Yeah,
very Aki.
he's
Very
stocky.
Aki.
Yeah, he's
Yep.
very
Yeah,
yeah.
Jalen Suggs. It's just that their whole starting five. It's just it wasn't really nothing that we can do about it. But the crazy thing is, I'm looking at it. Everybody on that team, the starting five had over 5 rebounds
Mm.
Mm.
each. So which means they're rebounding as a team.
Mhm.
It's hard to beat a team that do that. It's really hard. I do want to point out Desmond Bain. I watched the game the other night. Desmond Bain was a elite pickup for the Magic. I thought that was a horrible pickup when they picked him up when he got traded to him, but he's paying to be like he's a key to that team. But it's just that the Hornets, we definitely got to get a big. I don't want to see Korkmaz leave because I really do think that he will do good in a few years once he find out his position, who he is on that team. That he really can be of use to us. But right now, I would sit him out uh, for at least a season or two so he can learn. But other than that, we gotta at least try to draft a big this year because we're looking horrible.
And honestly, I wouldn't even want us to draft a big. I want us to go into the league and find a season big that already knows how to play in the league. That's neither here nor there. Junior, what did you think about the Orlando Charlotte matchup?
I mean, overall, it was like I said, it was disappointing, unfortunately. I think one of the more telling stats, I'm looking at some advanced stats here and I'm looking at the plus minus. I usually don't like plus minus because I think it doesn't really accurately show how the team actually performed. But the starting five, out of the starting five of Khan, Brandon, Miles, LaMelo, and Moose, nobody was a net positive. So everybody was minus 26, minus 24, minus 29, minus 9, minus 20. And then you look at people coming off the bench. Sion James was a minus 17. Ryan was a minus 6. Kobe was a minus 11. Grant was a minus 10. Josh Green was a minus. Nobody was a net positive. Nobody actually was a positive was positively contributing to the success of this team by any means, whether it be rebounding, field goal percentage, free throw, everything from top to bottom, getting scored on, all of that. It was just a nightmare to watch, and it definitely showed that there's levels in this league. Charlotte is getting better. Let's be honest. I don't think if Bam got hurt, I don't think Charlotte would have won that game. Honestly, let's be real. But I think at the end of the day, it really showed again that there are levels to this game, and Charlotte is still just a little bit on the outside. Like, did they? I don't think we made. Did we make the play in last year? I think we missed the
I think we
play in
did.
by like a
I think we missed
game,
it.
like by like a little bit. But this year, we were in the play in. Okay, that's great, but we're still not where we need to be. Let's see what we can do next year.
Yeah, honestly, that's what we need to work on. But that's I don't know. We still never we getting better. Like I said, same thing with my Charlotte, my Panthers. We're doing better year by year. I love seeing progression. As long as we're going to progress, we're gonna be good. But that goes into the last playing game we're going to talk about. And it was a little tough to watch because I thought the Warriors was going to make a little last minute push, but they fell short to the Phoenix Suns after a dominating Steph Curry performance against the Clippers. Steph Curry was showing the world why he's going to be going down as one of the best, greatest shooters ever to be in NBA. Work them boys, but unfortunately couldn't get it done behind the Suns. I will say one thing: like him or hate him, Draymond Green, a dog. Respectfully, he's a dog. That Clippers game, he locked up Kawhi with no issues. I don't know if there's a play out. I don't know which play it was. It was in the fourth, a couple minutes to go. That man went out there, hurt his knee. Like he hurt it hard. Like it looked like it was like one of those like I'm not sure if he just low key accidentally hyperextended it or whatever. Defense didn't phase that man worth anything and made some really important defensive stops. Kudos to kudos to Draymond Green, but unfortunately lost to the Suns. Jalen Green had a really good night, having 36 points. It was Everybody seemed to be hooping. Um, but at the end, Steve Kerr was like, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I enjoyed the road with you guys. So I guess that goes into how are the Warriors looking for next year? What do y'all think is gonna happen? People gonna get fired? Are they gonna start trying to get some new faces? Some people's contracts not gonna get renewed. How are we feeling? I know how Junior feels about Steve Kerr. Well,
Yeah,
actually, the way Junior feels about Steve Kerr is low-key how we all feel about Steve Kerr. He he just he's a coach that got real fortunate.
got real fortunate. Walked into a great situation, but also seems like they're allowing bad behavior, with Drake, the way Draymond be acting sometimes. Everything's about Draymond acting like a child sometimes, but that's just my opinion. Because he got kicked out of some game. Was it one of the play-in games he got kicked out of, or was it maybe the final, one of the other games? I can't remember. But either way, um, I think at the end of the day, the Warriors they need to go ahead and start low-key rebuilding. Not rebuilding. They need to start retooling. That's the better way to put it. So they need to get rid of Draymond Green. I don't care what people feel about him. I don't care how people feel. They need to get rid of him. They need to bring in somebody else that's, could be a better Draymond Green. I mean, they could bring in that cat from Houston, the center, Singwin, whatever his name is,
Sengun,
Sangoon. Thank you. They could bring him in.
like we
He could be
pick up.
solid, right? I mean, we're talking about the Bay. I mean, a lot of people don't mind going out there to the Bay, except for those doggone taxes. But, I think there's a lot of people that they could be working with and maybe trade away to get some better pieces. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to let Steph Curry go anywhere. And respectfully, if Steph Curry's like, I'm only going to play here if Draymond Green is here, well, then respectfully, I mean, okay, he'll be here, but that don't mean we have to give him PT, you know? So that's just my opinion. They keep kicking this can down the road of retooling this team, and they're just, in 5 years down the road, they're gonna really wish that they had, like, they gave up. They let what's his face go, Kaminga.
Jonathan
Yeah.
Kaminga, and he's
They
over
let him
there.
go, and he was good. And they were like, "Oh no, he was bad for the locker room." That's just a narrative that people created. But I think he would have been the perfect piece to have. But they rather go Draymond Green. They had Jordan Poole, great piece to have. They rather go Draymond Green. It's crazy to me. But whatever the Warriors do, I pray and hope that it doesn't work. So Steve Kerr can be exposed for the coach that he is. Because if you think about it, he ain't been winning like that since he ain't had that big three. So let's be honest. Is he really that good of a coach? Probably not. So anyway, and they're talking about he's been in this league a long time. He's been coaching a long time. Has he really? I mean, has he really? He just kind of walked into the situation, kind of like John Shire at Duke, just walked into the great situation. Yeah, okay, I digress. But anyway,
It's a true statement. He's not wrong. Now that I think about it, he's not wrong. Duke
the man been coaching for
organization.
like 8 years, like 8, 10 years. Some of these coaches been coaching like 15 years, 20 years. Assistant coach, worked in the film room. Like, look at Spo. He was in the film room, doggone it.
Ooh,
Worked his way up to coaching. He's a
Spoelstra.
great coach.
It's a really good
There's
coach.
levels to this.
Absolutely
I'm
right.
finished.
Yeah. Nah, I ain't mad at it. Don, what you think the Warriors should do down the road now?
They really got to rebrand themselves because they don't know who they are right now. Don't get me wrong, you do got the greatest shooter of all time. He is gonna have his games here and there, but I knew I knew when they picked up these two players right here that they didn't know what they was doing. Kristaps Porzingis and Al Horford. I'm looking at this playing game. Pozinski, he had 10 rebounds. Guess how many Porzingis had? One.
Oh my gosh.
One. Of course, he's 7 foot tall. He got to be getting some rebounds. He got to be doing something. But this goes back to the conversations that we had from back to 2015 talks when they won the championship. They need a big. If you have shooters around them, it's not going to do them no good if they can't get a second chance or a second look at the rim. Second chance points goes a long way when you have shooters on that team. If you cannot get a rebound, then what's the point of having shooters? What's the point of it? Like we all said when we get a rebound, pass back to them. That's two for $1.
Mm.
You gotta give these shooters multiple chances to hit. But I do agree that Steve Kerr do need to go in and exit the scene because like Junior said, they're rewarding bad behavior. Don't get me wrong, Draymond Green is good on defense, this, that, and the third. But you do have up and coming Draymond Greens who can actually score the ball when they need to. Green, all he do is just sit there and pass. No, he has great chemistry with Curry, but you can build chemistry. You can build chemistry. They just got to figure out what they want to do, what they want to look like next year. But the first two things I do is get rid of Porzingis, get rid of Al Horford, and then coaching wise, get rid of Curry.
I'm not mad at that. Honestly, that could be the way. Steve Kerr wasn't looking exactly optimistic at the end of that Suns games. So who knows? Obviously, the only person I really do care for is Curry. I hope that man. I hope whatever that man decides to do, I hope it works out for Curry. That's all I really care about right now. And a little bit on Jimmy Butler, like a little bit. I don't really know how I feel about Jimmy Butler too much, but yeah, it's like like if I see him hooping, I'm like, oh cool, hooping, and then in 1 second he's just back down hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Tough to watch. But yeah, those are the playing games. Next segment is going to be about playoff games that's going on right now. It's a lot of good hoops, but let's go ahead and get into that next segment. All right, we're gonna get into some playoff basketball now. We're gonna talk about West, then we're gonna go to the East. Just give y'all like kind of like a brief how are we feeling about it? Some brief because there's a lot of games to go over. So first we're gonna go over Thunder Suns. Right now OKC is leading 3-0. I think we can all agree that this series is over.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Shout out Jay Will. Hopefully I think Junior told me that he got hurt. Hopefully he comes back soon because he's a big body and he can score. I like his game. It's like everybody get hurt. It's crazy. I hate seeing people get hurt. I tell you. Shout out DiVincenzo. Next is Lakers Rockets. I think we could sit here for an hour or two and talk about the greatness of LeBron James.
LeBron.
Yeah, it's crazy. This man is 41. Just heads up. It's amazing what LeBron is doing. I'll let you. I think Junior's a little bit bigger of a LeBron fan than I am. I'll let him talk a little bit about it, about how this series is.
I mean, shucks, it just kind of shows that no matter how he's feeling or maybe what's working and what's not working for him, he finds a way. Like sometimes, yeah, like everybody knows that Braun really don't turn it on until like March. Just because, he knows what time it is. He knows what playoff basketball is. So he has to pace himself all year and then get to this moment, and then we see what happens. I'm not sure about the stat, but I'm pretty sure this man is almost averaging a triple double. Just to be clear. I'm not sure. I think maybe if he's not, it's probably just because of rebounds, but he's just playing amazing. 41-year-old man, still playing with his son. You love to see it. And I think it's a shame that Kevin Durant isn't playing right now because this will forever be, oh, this could be their last matchup ever. And oh, Bron only won because KD wasn't there. I was like, okay, yeah, but KD was hurt diving for a loose ball in practice. So, and it's playoff time. So that's his own fault. And then he twists his ankle in the game. Stuff happens, right? So I hate that we can't see them go at it one more time, like full health. But hey, Braun's doing his thing, man. Let's go.
Yeah. How are you feeling about this Lakers Rockets game?
I really do wish KD was here because it probably would be tied. Well, it'd probably be 2-1 right now.
Mhm.
Either way. But shout out Bron for hitting that clutch three. We've been saying this for years and years.
And they play tonight, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, 9:30 tonight. That's in about 30 minutes. Oh my gosh. This
I
is
won't be watching it. I will be asleep.
I'm a look, unfortunately I work from home, so I will be up tomorrow. But yeah, we'll have to see. Uh Low key becoming one of my favorite series right now. We're gonna talk about the Nuggets and Timberwolves. First of all, shout out Jaden McDaniels. That boy talked the talk and he walked the walk. He is not scared to get up in Joker's face. Well, Joker's not exactly like scary, intimidating, but I mean that's a really good matchup. And for them to win those games with a limited 8 AE, um,
Is he really limited though? 'Cause he's still dropping 30.
that's what, that's a true statement. That's a very much true
Shout
statement.
out my goat.
He is out for the next couple of weeks, so they gonna have to really hold on with
I would say I give you my knee, but it ain't gonna be no better. Got bad knees.
It will not.
Yeah, but that's slowly become one of my favorite series. I just love I just love the trash talk. I love the trash talk.
It's a great series.
Real great series. Spurs doing what? Well, they're doing what we thought they were gonna do. They putting belt to the Trailblazers, leading 3-1. I think I just saw some highlights from the game they just won. I think Castle did a 30 ball and some. Castle's like one of my favorite guards coming up. How are y'all feeling about Castle right now and just the Spurs in general?
I like him. I mean, he won Rookie of the Year last year, right? And I saw him play last year against the Hornets. He had a 30 ball, easy 30 ball too. And I mean, his game is very aggressive. He gets to the bucket. You know, he shoots when he's open, but he wants to drive to the bucket. So he's a solid player. If Yama ends up being like, this, I don't know. I just foresee he might become like this Joel Embiid type guy. Like, oh, when he's healthy, he's like a dog. He's a beast. But when he's hurt, he's hurt. Then they could always go to Stephon Castle and be like, hey, we wanna build around you. Let's go. Kind of like the Sixers are doing with Maxi right now, respectfully. So, Stephon Castle is a very, very good player. So Victor just need to protect himself for the sake of this series. And let's be honest, this man's love of basketball is great. He makes, I think, all of us want to go outside and play basketball a little bit more whenever we watch him play. So he just got to protect himself. Tell my man to put his hands down when he falling, because man, he fell and that his face bounced off that floor. I was like, did nobody ever teach this man how to fall? Like sometimes you gotta let that ball go out of bounds. Let me go ahead and let you know.
Sure.
Just playoff basketball, but you gotta let that thing go.
I swear some teeth come out when he fell on that floor.
Face first.
Yeah.
It was insane.
That man closed his eyes. He was like, man, let me just take a quick nap.
He said, I have to think about my training with the monks. Hold on.
Yeah. But Spurs leading 3-1. Let's go to the East. We got Pistons Magic, a really good matchup in my opinion. I would have loved seeing Pistons Hornets matchup, but it's neither here nor there.
Orlando's bad blood.
Yeah, that's why it'd have been fantastic. Orlando is leading 2-1. I haven't really looking at this. I haven't really been looking at that series. Been conflicting schedules with my life, but
they play tomorrow at 8.
Yeah.
Oh shoot, I should be able to watch that then. Hey, there we go.
Yeah, I like I said about Desmond Bain. That man, that last game that they just played, Desmond Bain was on one.
About time.
Yeah. he fits perfectly with the Magic. But shout out Desmond Bain.
Shout out my man Phil, because I swear Desmond Bain is just my boy Phil reincarnated. I swear that's Phil, day in, day out. Can't tell me otherwise, bro.
I'm weak.
I know that's Phil's day job for real.
Let's go to our next series. We got Cavs Raptors. Had no idea the series was tied. Haven't really been looking at that series like that. Hasn't been. It didn't really. I'm not gonna be like, oh shoot, the Cavs Raptors are playing. I'm not gonna tune in for that, respectfully. Maybe when they hit the semifinals, I might start checking in. But
mean, I'm pretty sure we thought it was going to be a sweep, though, right?
Who?
Yep.
Who would have swept who?
Cavs. We thought they was going to be sweeping them, or at least gentlemen sweep 4-1, right?
I don't know. You got Scotty Barnes and Bi, Brandon Ingram. That's a tough
And
duo.
you got RJ Barrett. Don't forget
Oh,
about this.
Yeah, but you got Donovan and Evan Mobley and the Beard. I think I'd take them three over RJ, Barrett, and Scotty and Bi. Don't get me wrong, I love Bi and Scotty and RJ, but I think it's a different league. I mean, now that I'm looking at the series, like 2-2, it's a good series. I need to tune in more, but I didn't think it was gonna be 2-2, respectfully.
yeah.
Might be a game 7.
Might be game 7. If it's game 7, that's when I lock in. But I
It's
tell you
definitely
what,
gonna be a game 6 at least. So
oh yeah, for sure. I will tell you a series that I have been paying close attention to: Knicks and Hawks. Oh my gosh, I did not know they were going to be beefing like that. CJ McCollum, I'm sorry, I was not aware of your game.
how did you not know this?
What Dom say? Dom said cinema. Nah, for real, bro, I'm gonna be honest. I look at CJ McCollum and I see like somebody's dad out there. That's why I'll be checking.
Oh my gosh.
And that's on me. And that's on me, respectfully. Like I said, CJ, I was not aware of your game. That's on me. His mini is so dangerous. Go ahead, Dom.
Let's go ahead and talk about this these past few years for the doggone Hawks. You ain't see Trae Young doing none of this, but I digress. Let's go ahead and move on.
And that's true. You know what? We ain't seen this with Trae Young. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna
I
say.
mean, he ruined the Knicks, I think, playoff series one time.
Yeah,
right?
I probably beat him a couple games in
And
regular season or whatever.
yeah. Let's be honest. This team that the Hawks got now with Jalen Johnson and CJ and Nikhil Alexander Walker, who won Most Improved Player. These guys are tough. These
Yeah.
guys are really, really good. You know, people leaving the clubs in Atlanta and going to watch games at bars and stuff. They're not even going to the clubs. They're
Look,
going
still-
straight to their sports
Still
bar to go
eating
watch the
chicken wings
game.
on the way.
Still eating chicken wings, but they much rather go to a sports bar to watch the game.
For
And
sure.
it's crazy because Atlanta Hawks basketball, when it's good, it's exciting. It's really exciting. So I'm looking forward to this series. I will tell you this. If the Knicks lose, Mike Brown will not be the head coach next year. I will promise you that. Do I like the fact that they fired Tom Thibodeau after last season? No. But these boys, they looking a little softer than we saw last year. Be honest. They a little softer this year under Mike Brown. I'm gonna need them to get a little tougher. It's playoff basketball. You can't be soft.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. They beefing. They a little Jose Alvarado out there trying to show a little hustle, but
A little grit.
One player that we did not talk about for the Hawks is Jalen Johnson.
oh yeah.
He has been getting buckets, but nobody's paying attention to him just because his name is not that big. But I think he's averaging like, what is it, 2021 for the season? Is he's a big body. He can go out there, get buckets. He can jump out the gym.
Oh yeah.
I personally didn't like him at Duke, but I'm glad he panned out in the NBA because he's the key factor for the Hawks right now.
Jalen Johnson went to Duke?
Yeah. Yeah, just
had no
COVID
idea.
years. COVID years.
Oh, I had no idea.
No idea.
It's crazy.
no idea.
Yeah.
I will say him and Dyson Daniels.
Dyson.
Yeah, Dyson is tough.
Dyson is. I had Dyson on my fantasy for NBA. I know he's been getting buckets all season long, and he's a big body out there with Jalen. Bro, it looks unnatural the way that they kind of hover from the people. They just look abnormally larger than everybody else. But yeah, this Knicks. Who we think gonna take this series? But who y'all think, Knicks or Hawks? It's really a back and forth.
I go Hawks all the way because the Knicks got a reputation for choking.
Yes, I can't
You
agree.
know what? My fault. Let's go and say this. Cat got a reputation for choking.
Mm.
Because we know JB gonna go out there and get his. Jalen Brunson gonna go out there and get his.
Sure.
But then Cat, he gonna be his what's it called? It's on the tip of my tongue. Can't doggone think of the word. But it's doggone. He be painting his nails and this that, and the third. Talking about and all that. Got his feminine ways about himself. He's gonna come
Lord.
to game 7.
He
He
a
gonna
little
turn into a
soft.
female
He's soft.
for sure.
He's soft. I think the Knicks might take this one. Not gonna lie. I hope they do for Mike Brown's sake. But yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if it went all the way to game 7 and the Knicks took it. I'm gonna need JB to slide them puppies because they exposing him on defense, bro.
Yeah.
That at the end of game, was it 2 when CJ went at him like on 3 straight possessions?
Yeah.
Oh my God, bro. I'm not gonna lie. This might be crazy, but I feel like all 3 of us probably could have guarded those plays a little bit better than JB did because when somebody about to get crossing that foot be behind them. It was nasty. And it was like it was a hang cross. And I was like, oh, everybody's seeing that's like CJ's move, like that hang cross
Yeah.
and going right to it. Man, right to the cup. I was like, oh my gosh, man. And so
But-
yeah, and I mean it was just give that man the ball,
And
come
clear.
so they can switch off, and it was wraps. JB got to slide them puppies, man. Got to move the feet.
Yeah. And last but not least, we have the Celtics and 76ers. Right now, it's showing that they are leading 2-1. But if I'm not mistaken, they're playing right now. Don, can you give me an update if it is 3-1 or not?
Yeah, it's 104-78 with 9 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
So we can go ahead and say that.
So you're telling me there's a chance. Not playing.
Oh.
Shout out Jim Carrey.
Paul George about to go for 15 straight buckets. I don't know.
That's one thing. Like, it was hard enough to beat the Boston Celtics with Tatum out because you had Peyton Pritchard going out there getting his, you had JB going out there getting his, but now the attention is really not on them because of Tatum is out
Mhm.
there. That is a nasty 3. Give it to next season. They will be the new big 3 of the league.
Yeah, you don't think Peyton Pritchard leave and get a bag somewhere else now that he's proven himself?
No.
Okay.
I personally don't see it because he fits so well with the Celtics, and they gotta pay that man because he's been hooping out. So personally, who can they get rid of right now?
That's the thing though. When you coming off the bench like that, even if you hooping, if you coming off the bench, they're not gonna pay you but so much. Look at Lou Williams. Like he historically said, like, yo, I've always been known as the 6th man. He's like, but I play like a starter. But guess what? I'm getting 6-man money. So Peyton might be in it more for the culture and the fact that he liked Boston and for the fact that he likes competing and being in those situations. But some cats are like, nah, I'm gonna just try to go get it on my own, and get a bag at the same time, because Peyton is a good score first guard, so he'll be great. He'll be great somewhere.
I like to talk about that. Where else could you see him at? Because right now on the Celtics, he has the green light, but anywhere else, I really don't see him having a green light unless he go to like a trashy team.
He can go in. He can go to Houston right now and be good.
He can go to the Warriors right now and be good.
Yeah, that's true. He can go to not LA. He can go to the Mavs because Kyrie would much rather play the 2.
That's true.
This might be a crazy take. He could go to the Knicks and become a starter, replace Josh Hart.
Touche. See, I don't know about his defense. They like to play a lot of defense.
Yeah.
On the Knicks, but Peyton can go. Peyton has a skill set. He can go anywhere. Respectfully, honestly, unless the team has like good young guards, then But if they got older guards, like yeah, he can go anywhere. Respectfully.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, this is my last question. With how everything is looking right now, who do y'all think is gonna take it all? I'm talking about the NBA Finals.
I'm going OKC again. Period. Just leave it like that.
I like that.
In Shea, I trust.
I respect it. How about you, Don?
I gotta have faith in the Timberwolves. I gotta have faith that AE gonna come back and they gonna go all the way because, like we said, McDaniels he's hooping out this year. That's one thing that he was not doing last year. that has been what has separated them. That grew from last season to this season as him hooping out. And then we know AU gonna go out there and get his, but I definitely think it's gonna be Timberwolves and Thunder in the West Conference Finals, and it's definitely gonna go to a game 7.
So this might be a crazy take. I got the Lakers because we have yet to have the return of AE and Luca.
I don't think Luca coming back.
Nah,
Austin
he
Reeves
ain't.
supposedly coming back tonight, maybe.
Even without Luca, I think with AR, we got a really good chance. I say we like I'm a Lakers fan. I'm just a LeBron fan, y'all. I'm just a LeBron fan. LeBron could go to the what's that trashy? The Memphis Grizzlies tomorrow. I'll be tuned into every Memphis Grizzlies.
That's
But-
where Pritchard should go. Make
well,
it bad.
yeah, Memphis got their
He'll be tatted up from neck down in a matter of months.
I tell you, but I got the Lakers. I got faith in the Lakers.
Lakers
Lakers
in
are-
five.
I tell because I tell you what, if they sweep the Rockets, they got to face the Thunder. Ooh wee, that's gonna be a dogfight. That's gonna be a dogfight, but it's gonna be good. But yeah, that is our takes on playoff basketball. All right, so kind of a little different take that we're going right now. We're going to talk about the WNBA. That's because the players are finally getting paid. Shout out to women, you know.
I'll tell
I'm gonna read this quick overview about this. It says under the new 2026 CBA, WNBA salaries are rising significantly, soaring to $7 million, up from 1.5 million in 2025. Top players will earn a supermax base salary of 1.4 million, with average salaries exceeding 583,000 and minimum for veterans ranging from 270 to 300,000. So they're getting paid. That's good.
That's great.
And you know what's crazy? I kind of saw this coming because the popularity of the WNBA has been growing over the past couple of years. We saw this coming. I mean, we had like some rookies come in. We had some veterans who were getting a little bit more like screen time. Shout out Aja Wilson. And you know, it's about doggone time. I respect it, honestly. So let's just dive into it. Dom, you want to go first?
Yeah, like we said, shout out Aja Wilson. She's a 4-time MVP. She just signed a 3-year, $5 million contract. That's unheard of for WNBA. But if we're being honest, they deserve it. Player of her caliber deserve a big contract like that because that means she's hooping on a consistent basis. I forgot which game it was last year, but we seen how she was just dogging. She was a dog on board. She was a dog on scoring. She's just a dog, period. But it's just not. That's just one name on one team. You have players across all teams that's like that. It's about time that they start getting paid. So I'm happy for them.
Not to mention, she has a really nice shoe by Nike.
Yeah.
They're a little narrow. I heard they're a little narrow, but you know, I love the design of the Asia ones. I think that's what they're called. They're real nice. I'm glad everybody's like, is pretty gas. That's Sabrina. That's Asia. Shoot, even Angel with Reebok. I heard they look pretty nice. I ain't seen them myself, but I'm glad the popularity is getting them these different types of shoe deals. You know, there's a little extra to put some cash in their pocket. You know, Junior, how do you feel about the new WNBA salary?
I like it. I'm looking at some other. I was just looking at something else just now, and I see Aaliyah Boston apparently signed the richest contract in league history. She agreed to a 4-year, $6.3 million contract extension with the Indiana Fever, and I've seen them play a few times too on TV, ABC, ESPN, stuff like ESPN, stuff like that, and she's deserving of that too. She's a very very good player. So I think for years to come, we're going to see the money come through for these players like they've been wanting for a long time. you know, just because their male counterparts might be getting like, we're talking about like 4 years, 6.3 millions. This is like a vet minimum is almost in the NBA is like 3, 4, $5 million, it seems like, right? And these they're signing for 4 years, 6.3. So it's kind of crazy to the discrepancy, but it all boils down to popularity and deals and TV rights and all these different things. So now that, like Anthony said, now that people are um, tuning in more, actually starting to watch the game, I think it's going to be a lot better for the players, and we'll start to see things change for them as well. So shout out to the WNBA doing the right thing.
Yeah, and I heard there was talks of even implementing a new WNBA team. I don't know if y'all heard about that, but they were talking about doing a new one. So it looks like they're expanding the business in general,
Mm.
which is good. Hey, put a team. I'll tell you one thing. You put a
Put a team in
team.
Charlotte.
You put a team in
Yeah,
Charlotte. Put a team in North Carolina on everything. I'd become a fan.
I will become a season
I
ticket
definitely
holder
pull up. Yep.
Yeah, but yeah,
Mostly
just
because we know them tickets gonna be cheap.
for sure.
Let's
oh,
let's be honest. Look,
Well, the Hornets is already
I
cheap.
go to the Hornets and sit with my back to the wall. It's gonna be $60. For $60 at a WNBA game, I could be sitting feet on the hardwood floor. I'm just being honest with you. So I'll be pulling up. But hey, power to the women. That's all I'm
For
saying.
sure.
it's a
Power.
true statement for
I'll
sure.
pull up. Pull up in a heartbeat.
Yeah, but that's funny. Yeah, hopefully the expansion goes pretty well. Um, but yeah, shout out to WNBA. Well, that's it for the podcast. And as always, we have our top three special. This where we go over a topic and we just give y'all what our top three is. Now, today we have the top three ways we vacation. Everybody got a different way they vacation. We just gonna kind of go over what we gonna do when we, trying to go on a vacation, enjoy ourselves. All right, I'm gonna start with Junior. Junior, give us the top three ways you vacation.
All right. My first one, and again, for me, it's in no particular order. A vacation for me or time off of work is time off of work. But my first way is going out to California with the wife and just visiting family. She likes her family still out there. So I love going out there and chilling out with the family, eating a bunch of good Hispanic food that her mom cooks, drinking, hanging out with her brothers, playing video games, watching movies. It's a great way. It's a staycation for her because she's home, but for me it's vacation because I'm home. I'm home too with them, but it's just a great way to for me to vacation. My second way is certainly going to the beach. It could be any beach. It could be here in the U.S. It could be in Florida. It could be somewhere in the Caribbean. It don't matter as long as it's hot, about 90, somewhere in there, 90, 95. The sand is nice as long as the water is semi-warm and refreshing, and then afterwards to go grab a bite to eat somewhere, something off the beach or on the beach. That's my one of my next favorite ways. And lastly, this is probably the most underrated way for me to vacation because I'm not too much of a homebody, but a good old staycation. Just being here at the house, taking a week off, getting stuff done here at the house that I've been frankly putting off, and just being here with the wife too while she is on vacation as well. So it's always a great way to vacation, but also save money. This economy ain't no joke, so stay safe.
Hey, saving dollars. At the end of the day, you gotta save some dollars.
Gotta save a
But
dollar.
hey, Dom, top three ways you vacation.
Like I said, this in no particular order, but taking flights to Miami is like it's pretty top tier because I don't know, it's just the aesthetics of Miami. Being there downtown or either at Miami Beach is love. Second thing probably would be a cruise because just being out there in the middle of the water, eating all the food that you can, being out in the sun as much as you can is fun. There's nothing like it. And the third thing, any mountains, especially fall time, October, November, is is love. I ain't nothing like it. Just seeing the fall colors. It's cool outside. You can throw a little bonfire if you want to, but that's my top three.
Yeah, nah, that's a good one. All right, so my top three, I have to go with my honeymoon destination. Me and the wife went to the mountains in Helen, Georgia. That was a vibe. Just being out there, get a nice old cabin, nice view, my type of vacation. And we gonna keep it, in the mountains. For my next one, I love going to Boone. I love Boone in general. Like Boone is such a great place to go to. It's like 2 hours from where we live. It's real smooth out there, very calm. If you want to do some stuff, they got, areas, they got like main strips, wherever, where they got different bars, foods, everything that you can ask for. And, I just like going when it's cold, You can have like, you get like a B&B that allows like fires and whatnot. You have like a not calm little bonfire. That's all you can ask for, really and truly. Now, my third choice, and people gonna probably call me trashy for this. I don't care. I love Myrtle. I love Myrtle Beach. I love Dirty Myrtle Beach.
Dirty Myrtle.
There's so many things you can do in Myrtle Beach. You can be on the part where it's very quiet, where the older people are at, or you can be on the side where all the young people are at, so you can, have eventful nights. You can choose. Also, you can be away from the beach in like condos that are, all the way over there, away from all the noise. Man, you ain't gotta be like where the all the hooting and hollering is at for real. That's my favorite place. Like people may look at me weird, but I love me some Myrtle Beach. And I low key got an underrated spot I love going to. And this is kind of like based off kind of like what Junior said going to California. I love going to Lumberton, North Carolina. Really, just to be hanging out with my wife's people. They cook. They funny to be around. And every now I'm getting into fishing. I know a lot of people that be fishing too. So we're gonna be doing some fishing trips out there. Like it's a fun time. Very relaxed. And like Junior said, it saves some dollars when you stay with family. It saves some dollars, and that's also like a 2 hour drive. So it's not even a lot being put into gas. But yeah, that is our top three special. That's the pod for today. We've been gone for a while, but now we back. And just stay tuned. People us on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, everywhere. And always talk in the comments. We've been having people, talk in the comments, of course. Obviously, I'm gonna just say they hate our takes about Trae Young. They hate that we're right. Look at the Hawks now that they ain't got Trae Young.
Sure.
We ain't got nothing else to say. We ain't got nothing else to
But
say.
it's speaking for itself. It's speaking for
I ain't
itself.
got nothing else to say.
They thought we was all crazy when we first came out with the first take about her. But look at us now. We up. We up.
We up. CJ McCollum is about to lead the Hawks.
Something that Trae Young could never do. But I digress.
I digress.
But as always, thanks for tuning in. And this has been Top 3.